Hello, Facebook. I hope you guys can hear me. I wanted to talk today about self-image and the difference between self-image and confidence, because I think that sometimes people think it's the same thing, and in fact, it's not. So confidence is as it relates to one thing. You could be confident in an ability. You could be confident in your qualities and things of that nature. But it usually is pertaining to one thing. Whereas your self-image is you as a whole. What do you think of yourself as a whole? So, for example, I could be confident that I dress well, for example, right? I don't know that to be a fact, but I could be confident in that area. But my self-image would be how I feel about myself throughout, holistically, right? So again, everything, faith, finances, health, wealth, like whatever. So a couple of things that I wanted to share that I learned in some of my reading this week is that your self-image, more than likely who's taking shots at your self-image more than anybody is yourself. And a lot of that comes from negative self-talk. You want to be super mindful of not only what comes out of your mouth, but what is in your head, right? Saying things like, I can't do this. One of my mentors says can't stands for certainly am not trying. So don't say that you can't do things. Don't say that you're trying to do things. Do them, right? Because that makes a huge difference. And again, it doesn't have to leave your mouth for it to be true. Your thoughts are just as strong. Just the other day, I was having a thought and I said to myself, I hope this person doesn't call right now. In my head, and the person called. Like, that's how powerful your thoughts are. So definitely stop the negative self-talk, whether it's out of your mouth, whether it's in your brain, it's all the same and it's hurting your self-image. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is, we're quick to say that other people disappoint us or let us down, but are you letting yourself down? Because any time that you let yourself down, that is also hindering your self-image. Whether it's, hey, I decided to abstain from sex for 6 months and then you gave in. That's letting yourself down. I'm not saying beat yourself up over it, but just know that that took a blow to your self-image. Whether it's, I'm not going to drink for X amount of time, or I'm going to make sure this week I work out 3 days a week, whatever that is. I think that people definitely need to know that you are subconsciously letting yourself down, right? Have grace with yourself. But holding yourself accountable is so important. We live in this age of this entitlement that everyone's supposed to hand you something. Everyone's supposed to do something. And they treated me this way. Are you allowing it though? Are you allowing yourself to be treated away? Because then again, you are hurting your own self-image. If you put healthy boundaries in place and somebody is crossing that boundary and you allowed it, you just hindered your self-image, guys. That's really what happened. And by the way, if you haven't checked out the book Boundaries, please do so. It is very important. I swear everyone needs to read that book. It talks about boundaries in the workplace, boundaries in relationships, boundaries with your children, boundaries with your parents. All of this is really, really important. And so just know that anytime, it's like they tell us when you're little, anytime you're pointing the finger and 4 are pointing back at you, it's so true. If anyone is treating you any kind of way, it's because you allowed it and you are hurting your own self-image. Please be kind to yourself. Speak positivity to yourself. Read positive books. Get to know yourself. Read a personality book. There's also a great book to learn about yourself called Wired That Way, which I thoroughly enjoyed. Whether you have a spouse or children, you also kind of get to learn their personality traits. But yeah, I just definitely wanted to make sure that we're talking about self-image, especially ladies at a time like this that, and you might jokingly say it like, oh, my nails and I can't get my eyebrows done and I can't get my lashes done. But is that what's important? This is the perfect time to invest in your inside, invest in yourself. Who cares what we're looking like, guys? Who cares? Learn about yourself, heal yourself, whether that comes from journaling and getting to know yourself, whether you want to maybe get into meditation or yoga. Meditation is fairly new to me. One of the tools that I utilize, which I love, is Insight Timer. It's an app and it's free. There's a free version and a paid version, but they have guided meditations that really help. And it's pertaining to each subject. So if you want one for sleep, to sleep better at night, there's that. If you have stress in the workplace, there's meditations for the workplace specifically. If you have anxiety, as you're going through an anxiety episode, you can actually listen to that at the moment. And it's amazing because some of them are as short as 5 minutes. If you're like me and your brain wanders off, again, I'm fairly new to meditation. I'm not going to speak on it like I'm just this expert. I'm not. But I'm giving it a try because I feel like at this time, everybody needs to try different things to see what is going to help heal them, what is going to help them have a stronger self-image. I say it all the time, but it's so important to be rooted. It's so important to be grounded and rooted in what you believe. Roz, what is the site? It's called Insight Timer. Insight Timer. And I know on the iPhone it's free. It should be on the Android as well. But yeah, it's definitely amazing. Also, instead of watching junk TV, there is a really good site on, well, I have it on Roku. Actually, my best friend, shout out to you, Alicia, told me about it. It's called Gaia, G-A-I-A. That also has yoga, meditation practices. It also has documentaries. It has sci-fi stuff, truths to be told that, you know, nobody really told us about. There's all kinds of tools and resources, guys. So I really, really, really just encourage you to work on your self-image at this time. This is the perfect time. And I know we're all busy. You're not used to homeschooling and you're working from home and you miss connecting with people and all of that. I get it. But how about connecting with yourself? Can we do that? You know, however that is. If you're religious, work on your relationship with God. If you're spiritual, get one with spirit. Pull out your crystals, get your waist beads on, get whatever it is that you want to do. Please, I encourage, work on your self-image, not your confidence. Again, your confidence as it relates to one area, your self-image, you holistically. Please, please work on your self-image. Be kind to yourself. And I'm sending you all love and positive vibes. Have a good day, guys.